Hey YouTubers, it's me again, Lonnie Clark. I accidentally stopped the broadcast instead of stop the screen sharing. So I'm going to finish this thought because I really do want to know from my subscribers if it matters. Because I always say, like, I'm going to read this. I have a whole bunch of articles over there that I have not read. And I have to say, it's almost like a belligerence, right? But then I see other people's videos and I know how much it matters to me. I like it. I like Vegematic. I like Tom Ackerman. Um, I like I look forward to Organic Slant. You know, the usuals, the people who are actually putting out information about this sane environmentalist. Who else? I don't know. This is the thing. There's just not that many people doing it. And I think part of it is kind of like me. It's almost like a belligerence. Like I feel like I'm putting all this information out into the Ethernet, like when I read the books, John Goffman's books. Um, or like the oral history of human experimentation. I mean, there's a lot of videos that I've read on here. Or the fact that the IAEA, the safety culture model, they have never tested their safety culture model. That's a scientific study that I read on my YouTube channel. It's going on like several years here that I've been doing this, and I haven't really ever devoted a lot of time to it or been very concerned to like increase my viewership and really try to, every once in a while I get like in a little fit and start about it, right? But I actually just can't, I don't know about it anymore, you guys. Like, is it a valuable tool or is it just information for them to like identify me, figure out how to like manipulate my life? Or it's kind of like the harassing, right? I mean, what would be the optimal? I guess this is the optimal thing that we're looking for when we're doing these types of videos, right? Is we want people to begin to band together and demand change. Like, make the extra effort that it's going to take. Like, you do have to make an appointment with your congressperson. You probably have to put it into writing and say, hey, I'd like an appointment, and talk about closing down ask them questions like, why, like for us, the Columbia Generating Station loses over $500 million a year. And it's less than 15 miles from Hanford. Now, Jerome says, or Jerome Aber is a sane environmentalist. He told me he thinks they're never going to close it down because that's where they make plutonium. The net result of what comes out of CGS is plutonium, and that in order to continue to make nuclear weapons, you have to have a good, steady supply, at least a small supply of current plutonium. Which I don't know if that's true or not, to be honest. I have no idea. But I don't care if it is. That means then stop making nuclear weapons. We cannot continue to keep these nuclear power. The truth is, these nuclear power facilities, unless we come up with some major invention, are going to destroy everything on this planet. And they're building more of them, and they're spending more money on uranium. And today, 32 years, I don't think I heard anything on the radio at all about Chernobyl or on the television, but although I didn't watch much television. Nothing. Radchick said something about it. That was it. And we had 3 Mile Island, right? We have Fukushima. We have the waste isolation power plant. Untold accidents in other countries that we don't know about. I mean, we weren't told about what really happened in Chernobyl, and we're not told about what happened to, where is it? That nuclear power facility that was in the middle of the war. In Crimea over there, where they were like, I mean, it's if we have nuclear facilities in the middle of a war zone, think about what that does. So, what do we do? I guess that's the question. What are we going to do about it? That's the $80 million question. Maybe if it was worth $2.5 billion, the nuclear industry would try to do something for it, right? But see, that's the issue. The way the industry has set itself up, they get paid to do the worst. And they're incentivized to do the worst. And the agencies are incentivized to do the worst. Nobody is incentivized to do it correctly. There's no incentive for doing it with a forethought to Mother Nature, to Father Sky, to humans, to the rocks on our planet. I mean, even the rocks are alive. When we really think about it at a quantum level, there's energy and love inside of every rock on this planet. It's incomprehensible that we are little slaves. We're in Slavelandia, and we're going to work to earn our little living so that we can talk on the video and talk to whoever out in Never Never Land, while our families live far away from us and people in town don't connect. They see each other irregularly. So that what? They can experiment on all of us. Like, does any of that make sense? We're just allowing them to experiment on us. The geoengineering, those things in the sky, the lines in the sky, what the heck is that? I mean, that's the obvious. At least we can see them. We often say in the anti-nuke community, like, oh, if you could only see nuclear radioactivity. I'm not so sure if we could see it that people would get so upset, because it would be the same thing. Well, what are we going to do about it? That's really the issue, is the industry has really only been rewarded for making mistakes, for going over deadlines, for rushing things to make a financial deadline. I had a guy on my radio show. We call him Mr. Truth because he doesn't want to talk about his real name. He was in construction of a nuclear power facility, and his boss told him to don't ask questions, don't say things are wrong, don't talk about things. And he said that they know that they are building it wrong. They know. But they get an extra bonus. They get this incentive of a bonus to meet a deadline. So they just lie about stuff so that they can get the bonus, because they don't care. They honestly don't care. They figure they can fix it later. They can't fix it later, folks. They're not fixing it. They're not even trying to fix it. They're not even putting any effort into it. What are we getting out of Fukushima? Oh, things are fine. We're going to have the Olympics. Come to Tokyo. How many people? I have heard so many people say, I'm going to Tokyo, or being in Tokyo, or I'm going to go to Tokyo. Oh, but Japan is just, what about Fukushima? Well, it's just so beautiful, though. But what about Fukushima? What about the fact that Tokyo is highly radioactive? Doesn't feel radioactive, right? And the fish still tastes really great. And still eat lots of fish. In town here, I saw on Facebook in Eugene that they're going to have some event here in town for the underprivileged and the houseless. And anybody who wants to come, it's like an all-day event. It's like a community event. And they're going to be serving salmon, Alaskan salmon, all day long. Salmon. Come get your serving of cesium-137. And if I was to say anything to any of those people, they would be super mad at me. You are not allowed to talk about it. You are not allowed to mention the fact that the food you're serving people is probably highly poisonous. No one wants to admit that the fish, the salmon especially, because the salmon get mega whammied. Swim out into the ocean, the Fukushima blob, which is real out there. Swim back up, go up the Columbia generating station, boom, turn around, go up to Hanford, get your daily dose of plutonium. This is our life. Wow. Shakespeare had it so much easier. He had no idea. All they did was kill you then and torture you. They didn't destroy the planet, you know. People didn't live as long. That's probably a good thing, because then these really evil people couldn't do damage for a long period of time like they are now. Wow. What's that song? We're on a planet. Oh, by the way, I learned the words were wrong over the weekend. I had no idea. So I'm going to have to really find the words, I guess, on YouTube. That has a problem. We've got to solve it, get involved and do it now. This is where I had it wrong. We've got to build a better future. And we need to start right now. I used to say planet. We need to build a better future. So that's good. At least I know that song. I'm going to have to correct my granddaughter. But I think I'm just going to be making YouTube videos again, you guys. And it's going to be random. I don't know when, And mostly it's been this whole big thing about YouTube censorship. And then the way they changed it, because then I can't edit the YouTube videos. Like now I'm a live broadcast. If I don't make it live, then it becomes a YouTube video and I can't really edit it very well. It takes forever. So I just haven't done it, and just thinking about all the readings I've done, and has any of it changed anything? Has any of the information that's out on the Ethernet, out in the mega world, is it changing anything? I don't know. That's why I haven't done a YouTube video in a super long time. And I'm inconsistent with it because I'm all completely Libra on here. I'm all wishy-washy of two minds. It's good, and then I'm I don't know. I feel like I'm part of the big chatter. So I think that's part of the process that Librans have to go through. And so that's just, sorry about that. But I think it's important, this thing, with Pripyat, to even understand in Chernobyl, they did not evacuate people. The thing in 3 Mile Island, they didn't evacuate people. They didn't evacuate. If they wouldn't have had a tsunami, the people would not have evacuated in Fukushima. They were really, honestly, if they hadn't seen it blow up, in fact, that is exactly what happened in Pripyat. The people saw it on fire. They said, oh, yeah, we have a fire. No problem. But then what? They let them stay there for a good long while. And then they moved them out. And then they said, you have to leave now. Really? Anybody living next to a nuclear power facility ought to have their bags packed anyways. It's a we're in a quandary here, folks. Seriously. How do we activate the masses? That's the question. That's the $90 million question, right? Because at what point are we just going to get sick of being poisoned? Literally, at what point are we going to have enough? They are literally killing our children and killing our grandchildren. Forget the cancer. Forget that. I'm talking about making children born with holes in their heart, having children get tumors, having a child get cancer at 5 or 6, or having them be perfectly healthy but grow up and can't have children. or have autoimmune deficiency diseases, and then at 40, 45 get cancer and pass away before they're 50. Well, that's what's been on my mind. That's why I haven't done videos. I saw that I had one viewer and they're gone. That's the weird part about doing these live broadcasts. You can see the viewers that you have. Although it is midnight, it's 12:30 at night. So I don't expect anybody to be going, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go watch Lonnie on her podcast." Because it's 12:30 at night. So I'm just using this because it's easier. I can't figure out how to use my camera and edit it without taking forever on YouTube. So I just decided easier just to do it this way. If I'm not going to edit it, I might as well just do it live, do it one time, and see it later. So I guess I want to complete my thought. It is too late at night, but I'm just obsessed with this idea of what's it going to take. And how is it that the nuclear industry and the geoengineering industry started at the same time and we're living in the same code of secrecy? There is no acknowledgement of it by the cops, none by the firemen, none by our elected officials, none by the schools, the academia. In fact, academia says geoengineering is helping us and that the nuclear facilities are not in that bad of a shape. Seriously, that's what we're told. This secrecy of the Manhattan Project is just, in my view, outrageous. And I don't know about you guys, but man, that's what draws me to keep making these videos, is because I was like, I want to jump up and down, like, for goodness sakes. I think that that's in fact what attracted me to Kevin Blanche when I first started talking to Kevin Blanche, because he was appropriately pissed off. And he's still appropriately pissed off. So am I, actually. This is the deal. How we manage those emotions matters, I guess. And I don't know who's more effective. I mean, what are we doing here? I guess we're throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what's going to work, right? Anyways, I'll let you guys know when Pete DeFazio, who is my congressman, when their office contacts me and we have an appointment. Maybe I'm going to ask them to give me an interview anyways when I go over there. But for the radio show, that would be kind of cool to have them actually answer some questions about the Columbia Generating Station, because this is completely outrageous. And it just seems to be business as usual. Don't worry about it. Well, considering it was 32 years ago that Chernobyl, the people in the town began to find out about Chernobyl. It started on the 25th. So it was the 25th, the 26th, and then the people started to kind of get it. But I think it was several days later, even then, that they evacuated the people. I haven't found a specific timeline yet. But then again, I have to admit, I haven't researched hardly at all. I pulled up a few articles. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling, you guys. To my subscribers, I want to thank you guys for being subscribers to me, because it does matter and we are connected. And I want to give a shout out to the people who are coming to my channel, like Nadine Black, and to Thomas Ackerman and Glenn Woodford and Sean McGee, and the people who make comments, TJ Washington. I don't really know you guys except for when you comment on my channel, and I really appreciate it because it's the engagement I like on my channel. I have never been one to I honestly don't have the energy or the time to put in to make my YouTube channel bigger, to spend more time promoting it and doing a lot of videos. I used to do that, actually spend quite a bit of time doing it. But I actually kind of think that too many, I don't know. I just don't want to be part of the all the, pass you by, click through. But I guess that's what we all are. That's what happens, I suppose, right? Er, this is that Libra mind again. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go. Talk to you later. And this time, I'm stopping the broadcast on purpose. Put your courage feet on, you guys, and let's figure out a way to take action. I think everything matters, everything helps. Ciao.